lovelies, it is time for my April Wheel of TBR, so stay tuned. If you're new here, hi, hello, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. Wheel of TBR is one of my multiple TBR games that I play in order to help pick my TBR for the upcoming month. And the way this one works is I spin my wheel a base of 5 times and pick a book based on the prompt on the wheel. I also mark on the board or on the wheel, and once I get 5 marks on one slice, I have to add a bonus spin. So let's go over how I've done so far in March. Now, as of filming this, there is still a week left in March, so I'm hoping to get more read. We'll see. Okay, starting with the books that I had as rollovers. So very quickly, I'll just go through all of them. I had A Monster Calls, Chain of Iron, Dishonestly Yours, Nimona, The Cursed, Deep In, Deity, The Secret Crush Book Club, and Written in the Stars. And out of all of those, I have only read one so far. And I think there's a couple that I would like to take off this rollover list, so I'm going to take punishment spins for those. So I'm going to take off A Monster Calls, Nimona, and Deity. So I'm going to take 3 punishment spins for those. Let me get my marker. Okay, spin number 1. Now, if I get what counts as a bonus spin at this point, then I have to make it, like, it adds to the base spins, and not just count as a bonus spin. And the difference between base spins and bonus spins is I mark on the base spins. I do not mark when I'm spinning my bonus spins. And that landed on this one, which gives me an extra spin. If anybody has any tips on good ways to remove dry erase that's been on there for a while, leave it down in the comments, because I'm now like using the marker to scribble over it and then erase, because it won't just erase. But even then, I'm left with residue. Okay, spin number 2. Okay, that landed on this one, which makes this a danger zone. All right, spin number 3. Oh no, this one has 4 marks as well. Okay, so that brings me up to a base of 7 spins. Fine. Okay, so now how did I do for my March spins? So for the first spin, I had Tress of the Emerald Sea. And at this point, I have not read it. I am hoping to still get to it in this month, because I'm wanting to read it for several spots on the bingo board. So I'm going to say either I'll read it or roll it over and not take a punishment spin for that one. Next was classic, and for that I was to read Lord of the Flies, and I haven't read it, and I don't know if I'm going to get to it. Granted, I did have that as something on my bingo board, but I've read something else. I've read a lot of things this month. Many of them were not part of my TBR. But I am going to take a punishment spin for Lord of the Flies. Okay, that's on one I've already erased, so just 1 mark on that one. For historical, I selected Is It Night or Day? And I have started reading that. Not very far into it, like literally 12 pages. But I have started it, and I'm going to continue reading it today. So if I don't finish it, it'll get rolled over. But that is one that I also am using for several spots on the bingo board. Next is Buzzword, and for that I selected This Winter by Alice Oseman. And I just got the audiobook for that, so I can listen to that at some point. So that's going to get done. And then for friend group, I selected The One and Only Ivan. My plan is to read that as well. Again, that's for many things on the bingo board. So I'm not going to take a punishment spin for that. Next was Random Number, and for that I selected Shout by Lori Halse Anderson, and that is one that I'm going to take a punishment spin for because it's not on my bingo board. Okay, let's see what we get. All right, this one has none on it, so now it has one. Okay, so those are all. Oh wait, no, I had one more. I had a bonus spin last month, and for that I got Scroll Goodreads, and for that I selected The Handmaid, and I did read that one. So only 7 base spins. There are chances of getting bonus spins during those 7 spins. However, we have a few danger zones. We've got royalty, new author, and nonfiction. All of those could give me bonus spins. So let's get started with spin number 1. That is one word title. Okay, I wouldn't normally do this, but it's the first thing that comes to mind. And I did already take a punishment spin for it. So I can add it back on. And that's Shout by Lori Halse Anderson. I guess I could have also done Nimona. But oh well, I'm doing Shout. Okay, let me mark this. And pull up on my phone my wheel here. Because I don't have my little things yet to replace them. I'm just writing them on here. And I have this lovely wheel that helps me pick which prompt to put on there. So let's spin and see what we get. LGBTQIA+. Make sure that's not already on here. Okay, it's not. Now, I don't know how well you can see it, but I have big black smudges from these dry erase markers. So I really could use some tips here. Okay, let me write that in. All right, spin number 2. Color, okay. So I need to get a random color generator. I have a wheel for colors. So here we go. Purple book, okay. So with this, it can kind of be any shade of purple. Well, let me see what I can find. Okay, so for purple, I decided to go with That Kind of Guy by Stephanie Archer. The spine is purple, the back's all purple, and there's a lot of shades of purple on the front cover. This says, she hates him, now she's his fake fiancé. Avery Adams has big dreams of owning the restaurant she manages. It's finally up for sale, but she's short on cash and credit. Cocky and charismatic Emmett Rhodes isn't the relationship kind of guy, but now that he's running for mayor of their coastal town, his bachelor past is hurting the campaign. The solution? Avery, the last woman who would ever fall for him. They make a deal. She'll get the restaurant if she plays his devoted fiancé. Strategic dates, a prom night redo, secret beaches in a Canadian surf town, and a turtle phobia things heat up, and the line between ruse and real blurs. They can't keep their hands off each other, but it's all for show, right? A sizzling, hilarious, enemies to lovers, fake relationship rom-com. So this is what I'm going to select for that. Okay, let me put a mark here. And let's replace our prompt with popular book. Okay. All right, spin number 3. Random letter. Okay, we're getting like lots of I'm not really picking my TBR. It's all very random. All right, we're going to do a random letter generator. And I'm just going to press this 3 times and see what we get. So 1. Did that work? Okay. 2, 3. What do we get? D. So this, either the book needs to start with a D, the author or the author's first or last name needs to start with a D. So let me look. One thing that makes this a little easy is that the books that I have on my shelves currently anyway, they're all in alphabetical order by author's last name. So I can just go where my D's are. Okay, so for the letter D, I'm going with Samantha Downing, and I'm reading For Your Own Good. This says, a bold, sneaky thriller set at a prestigious private school, complete with interfering parents, overeager students, and one teacher who just wants to teach them all a lesson. So that is what I'm going to select for D. Okay, let's mark that. And let's see what we're going to replace random letter with. Thriller. Well, that would have worked for that. All right, spin number 4. A 4+ word title. Okay. Let me see what I can find. Okay, so for 4+ word title, I'm going with Twice in a Lifetime by Melissa Barron. This says, the time traveler's wife meets Una out of order in this imaginative and moving debut novel of a love more powerful than time. I also have a snicker here. Isla has fled the city for small-town Missouri in the wake of a painful and exhausting year. With her chronic anxiety at a fever pitch, the last thing she expects is to meet a genuine romantic prospect. And she doesn't, but she does get a text from a man who seems to think he's her husband. Obviously a wrong number, except when she points this out, the mystery texter sends back a picture of them on their wedding day. Isla cautiously starts up a texting relationship with her maybe hoax, maybe husband, Ewan, who claims to be reaching out from a few years into the future. Ewan knows Isla incredibly well and seems to love her exactly as she is, which she can hardly fathom. But he's also grieving because in the future he and Isla are no longer together. Ewan is texting back through time to save her from a fate he is unwilling to share, and all she can do is prevent that fate is to learn to be happy now in the body she has, with the mind she has. The only trouble is the steps she takes in that direction might be the steps away from a future with Ewan. Melissa Barron's time-crossed romance features a quintessentially endearing and brave protagonist and an engrossing plot that will keep you turning pages until its breathtaking finish. So this is what I'm selecting for 4+ word title. You know, it's funny, my other, except for the 1 word title, the other 2 books I picked were also 4+ word titles. Isn't that right? Okay, let me mark that. Oh, that didn't mark very well. And let's see what we're going to replace 4+ word title with. Friend pick. Okay. Haven't had that one in a while. Okay, spin number 5. I don't know if you saw the face I just made, but I was just thinking of saying, I'm really surprised that at this point we haven't gotten a bonus spin. And then I thought better of it. And here we go. We've got a bonus spin. Dang it. Okay, so let me write that down so I don't forget. And we landed on royalty. Let me think. What do I want to read with royalty? Okay, so I figured I could pick a fantasy because most fantasy has some kind of royalty in it. So I selected A Broken Blade by Melissa Blair. This book is heavy too. Beautiful sprayed edges. This says, Kira is a killer. As the king's blade and his most gifted assassin, she's called upon to hunt down a mysterious figure called the Shadow, who is moving against the crown. She tracks the Shadow into the magical lands of the Fae, but the Fae land is not what it seems, and neither is the Shadow. Kira is shocked by what she discovers and can't help but wonder who her enemy truly is. So this is what I'm going to select for royalty. And let me go ahead and erase. I'll just go ahead and erase both things. Okay, let's see what we're going to replace that with. Popular book. Oh, we already have that on here, so let's spin again. Past season-a-thon author. Okay. It also doesn't write really well on the areas that I've had to erase multiple times. Okay, let's see. That was spin number 5. On to spin number 6. Ooh, my pick. I like that. What do I want to pick? I want to go with the Dungeon Anarchist Cookbook, which is book 3 in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. I read book 1 in February, book 2 in March, and so I want to read book 3 in April because I am loving the series. Okay, let me mark this. And we'll see what we're going to replace my pick with. Big book. All right. Spin number 7. This is also, I think my wheel's getting away from me. That or my chair's being moved. I think this is also going to be the final spin that I mark on. Last chance that I could possibly get another bonus spin. All right, spin number 7. You know, I just realized I had my pick on there more than once. And it's right here as well. Oh, but I got coffee. So let me see. I have a cup. It's packed up with all of the things that my coffee patrons have said they want me to read. But I also have a channel on my little Discord. Okay, so Lizzie had said, and Lizzie was actually my book buddy of the month last month. She said she wanted me to read Sky Shade by Alex Astor, but that's like book 3 in a series. Book 1 is Light Lark, and I do believe I own that. Well, doesn't matter if I own it or not. I have to read whatever they pick. But I think I own it. Hold on. I am going to move the wheel out of the way. I have this very pretty edition of Light Lark. This says, Welcome to the Centennial. Every 100 years, the island of Light Lark appears for only 100 days to host a deadly game, where the rulers of 6 realms fight to break their curses and win unparalleled power. Each ruler has something to hide. Each curse is uniquely wicked. To break them and save themselves and their realms, one ruler will die. To survive, Isla Crown must lie, cheat, betray, even as love complicates everything. We got 2 Islas that I'm supposed to read this month. Okay, let me bring this back. Now, I don't change out the prompt for coffee. That stays all the time. But I do put a mark on it. And that was the last one that I have to mark for. So now I have 1 bonus spin to do. So let's do that. Okay, it didn't flip over. It's on this one, which is TBR Knockout, which I haven't looked to see what my TBR Knockout prompts are for April or Buzzword. So let me go and do that now. So the theme for April's TBR Knockout is showers. And you have two prompts. You can do one of the two prompts, or you can find a book for each. You can bind the two into one, or you can just do one of the prompts. And the point is to read something on TBR, whether that's your Kindle TBR or physical TBR, whatever. So I decided to go with, so the two prompts, sorry. We have water on the cover or in the title, or it might make you cry. And I decided to go with the might make you cry option. And though I am not the biggest fan of this subscription box after our rude breakup, I do have several of the Once Upon a Book Club boxes still that I still want to, read the books and open the gifts and show those gifts to y'all and all that. So this one, I don't know which, it just says the month or year that I got this particular one. But we have All My Rage by Sabah Tahir, and just kind of glancing over the back, it looks like something that could make me cry. This says Lahore, Pakistan. Then, Misbah is a dreamer and storyteller, newly married to Tawfiq in an arranged match. After their young life is shaken by tragedy, they come to the United States and open the Clouds Rest Inn Motel, hoping for a new start. Juniper, California. Now, Salahuddin and Noor are more than best friends, they are family. Growing up as outcasts in the small desert town of Juniper, California, they understand each other the way no one else does, until the fight, which destroys their bond with the swift fury of a star exploding. Now Sal scrambles to run the family motel as his mother Misbah's health fails and his father loses himself to alcoholism. Nora, meanwhile, walks a harrowing tightrope, working at her wrathful uncle's liquor store while hiding the fact that she's applying to college so she can escape him and Juniper forever. When Sal's attempts to save the motel spiral out of control, he and Nora must ask themselves what friendship is worth and what it takes to defeat the monsters in their pasts and the ones in their midst. From one of today's most cherished and best-selling young adult authors comes a breathtaking novel of young love, old regrets, and forgiveness. One that's both tragic and poignant in its tender ferocity. So this is what I'm going to select for TBR Knockout. And I will do a vlog when I'm reading this and open all the gifts that go along with it. As of filming and editing this video, my book buddy of the month, Whitney, has yet to tell me what our coffee patron buddy read will be, so I can't put that on here yet, or what my required read for the month will be from her. But I will let my coffee patrons know in our Discord as soon as I know. Okay, so I also looked up Buzzword, and I actually have one for at least the Buzzword. That is ordinal numbers, which is like once, twice, second, third, things like that. So we have twice in a lifetime. So that's what I'm going to use for that one. Sorry to interrupt here, but I just realized that I was wrong about ordinal numbers. So I was kind of right. First, second, third, fourth. Those count. Last counts, but twice doesn't count, I don't think. So twice in a lifetime is not going to work for this one because it needs to be something like they're in order kind of thing. So I decided to go with The Last Guy You Kiss by Carla de Guzman. This says, feeling the heat from her Filipino family, a frustrated florist reaches out to a romantic good luck charm in this hilarious and heartwarming retelling of the peony rom-com classic Got to Believe. So this is what I'm going to read for Buzzword. And then for Buzz cover, it's like wearable accessories. I can use a light lark for that. She's wearing a crown. Also works like sunglasses or jewelry or scarves. I mean, in this photo, it's hard to see, but he's wearing a bow tie. What else do we have? I think those are the only accessories I'm seeing. I mean, on Twice in a Lifetime, it looks like he's wearing a tie. Okay, so my TBR, I have one word title, I have Shout. For color, purple, I have That Kind of Guy by Stephanie Archer. For the letter D, I have For Your Own Good by Samantha Downing. For a 4+ word title, I have Twice in a Lifetime. For royalty, I have A Broken Blade. Man, this book is heavy. For my pick, I have The Dungeon Anarchist Cookbook. For coffee, I have Light Lark. And for TBR Knockout, I have All My Rage. It's a lot of books. Plus all the rollovers. Have you read any of these books? Did you like them? Did you not? Comment down below and let me know. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, click that subscribe button down below. And until next time, remember to always be completely you. Bye!